Hi y'all, welcome back to Astro Motivation. My name is JupiterJames, where I awaken the astrologer within you and aim to give you a little inspiration and encouragement per your unique placement within your birth chart. You know, I really do feel that before a time of iPhones and iPads and technology, we were a people and a society that were better able to look up at the stars and understand exactly what was trending within the universe. And so it was with that knowledge that we were able to look at our birth charts and understand exactly where our dreams were. And so if that sounds good to you, let's get into it. Today we're gonna get into Scorpio in the 7th house. Now, Scorpio in the 7th house is gonna give me the energy of someone who likes very powerful people and who wants to be in relationships with people who are deep, transformative, and who are also very complex. But before we go ahead and dive deep into that aspect, let's go ahead and separate the aspects. That way we are better able to do more with the knowledge we've been given, and we're not just confined to Scorpio in the 7th house, okay? That way when we're out reading other people's charts, we can go, okay, JupiterJames told me that Scorpio meant this, and JupiterJames told me that the 7th house meant that, you know? And that way we can do more with each one of those things and go out and like play with those things and discover those things in other areas of the birth chart and in other areas of life, okay? So with Scorpio for me is always going to show me the mysterious, the very deep, the very hidden, the very intense and transformative aspects of a placement, okay? Wherever Scorpio is sitting in or playing out under, it's going to show me where this person will also endure trauma in order to grow and become wildly adept at that area, okay? They're gonna master this area. It's almost like a baby Saturn in a way, you know, because Pluto is a little baby Saturn, causing transformation where it may to serve the person for the better, okay? Now, with that being said, Scorpio is also ruled by Pluto, and it is ruled by Mars, and Pluto is a very hidden, transformative planet, and Mars is a very aggressive, actionary planet, okay? This is where the person is going to, with those things combined and Scorpio playing out, again, it's gonna have action, aggression towards people and people towards them, okay? Or just in that area of life, all right, wherever Scorpio is pointing. Now, 7th house is going to always be ruled by Libra and Venus, and it's going to also be the energy of relationships and partnerships and business contracts. Anything you sign on the dotted line of a relationship or partnership, that is what the 7th house is going to be ruling, okay? So with that being said, what happens when we throw Scorpio into the 7th house, okay? Scorpio in the 7th house is going to give me energy of somebody who attracts very powerful people and very important powerful, transformative relationships, okay? Even if that person themselves doesn't hold a lot of power, which they will, or which they may, the person in a situation, the dynamic in which their partnerships always evolve into is that it's gonna have an air of Scorpionicness to it, okay? Whether that means that you get with people in secret, whether that be that the relationship in a whole can be seen as something that's very intense. You know, you're probably always calling up your friends and your family, and you're like, you know, this job that I just got into, this partnership that I just got into with this company, like, you know, they are taking me through the ringer. Is this happening and that happening? And there's probably so much turnover that's happening within that business that you've acquired, or that partner that you've acquired, okay? And that's the same trend when it comes to the relationships that you find yourself in. You know, you're not going to be attracted to people who are even keel and just like, you know, willy-nilly. No, you're going to go for the ones that are deep and dark and mysterious. You're going to go for those people that have a kind of like a chip on their shoulder, or some type of complexity that you feel you need to work through in order to get to the depths of that person. And that person's going to feel that way about you. And you're going to really like intense, deep relationships with people. You are not gonna like the superficial. You are not gonna like people for their money or for this or for that. Or for their status or for their looks. Like, you're gonna really like people for their depth. You know, the more depth someone has, the more you're gonna like them. And it's just gonna just so happen that they are going to be plutonic and be very intense, and they're going to serve to change your life, and you're going to change their life, and it's just going to be a very intense situation. And you being, this could be for my Taurus risings, but for you, you are going to be just that person who you feel that you have such an even killness about you that you're gonna want a little excitement. You know, you're gonna want to shake things up. And why not with how consistent and persistent and just very, you know, your life is very stable, and opposites attract in this in life, just in general. You know, the birth chart, especially when I get into the 7th house, it really shows me that opposites in fact do attract, and you always find yourself in situations that are opposite to your nature. You know, if anyone were to ask you as a Taurus rising that, you know, who you are, they go, oh my God, you are so dependable, you are just so consistent, you're even keel, you're never anyone I need to worry about. But then once you get into a relationship, it's like shit hits the fan. And that's because, you know, you need a little excitement, and you feel like you're the perfect person to take on this Scorpionic figure and, like, you know, bring them their head from out of the clouds, or get them out of the closet, or get them from under their deep dark rock that they are comfortable in, and you want to be their comfort for them. So with that being said, you're gonna really, whatever relationship you find yourself in is going to transform you, whether that be a business partnership, whether that be a romantic partnership or a marriage. It's going to transform you, and it's going to be very intense. Whatever you involve yourself in one-to-one relationship wise is going to be intense, and people are going to be intense with you. And you probably don't want to be with people unless you feel a love at first sight or best friends in an instant. Like, it's either love or hate. It's either you like people or you don't. It's either people vibe with you or they don't, and like, you're gonna be that way. It's love at first sight, it's best friends at first sight, it's oh my God, I want you on my team at first sight. It's gonna be like that. And so if this sounds like you, let me know. Are you someone that really only wants to involve yourself with very deep, transformational people who have depth and who have a certain soul that you can feel from them? Is that you? Are you someone that also may attract people while they are going through a transitionary phase in their life? Like, you probably meet people or businesses or your life partner while they were about to move to a different country, or they just got a new job, or things like that. Like, you meet people when they are in a transitionary period in their life of transformation. You know, they could either have Scorpionic energy, they could be going through a transformation on their own when you meet them. The company that you involve yourself with could be going through a transformation. Maybe they are downsizing, or maybe they are about to just go to scale and they call you on to help them scale up their business. You know, you always are, you're attracted to people who are going through a transformation and who also have a lot of power and a lot of depth. And when you partner with them, they're gonna change your life too, and it's gonna be very intense. And so if that sounds like you, let me know. If that sounds like you, or if that hits the nail on the head. And if it does, or if it doesn't, just let me know what planet you may have in your Scorpio 7th house, okay? Because sometimes the planet will also show me what else you could be experiencing in that area of your life. It'll also change the dynamic a little bit. And if you don't have Scorpio in the 7th house, don't be afraid. Don't think that that's bad. Just know that the universe is saying, look, you've got enough on your plate. You just need to focus on Scorpio in the 7th house in its basic form, and you are free to just figure that out and work through that in this lifetime. It doesn't mean it's good or that it's bad, or if it's less powerful or least potent. It just means that the universe is saying you don't need any distractions in this area. I'm not gonna make this area any more complex for you, and you just get to focus on what Scorpio in the 7th house means in this life. So what I've said in this video is what you just get to focus on with no distractions, all right? My biggest advice and my biggest encouragement for my Scorpio in the 7th houses out there are going to be, you know, I really want you to be able to, I don't know, I don't feel like this is a bad placement per se, or this placement really needs any encouragement. My biggest thing though would probably be to really look out for yourself. Try not to get into relationships with people who maybe want to use you for your stability forces, or who know that you're going to be there when a rainy day comes. Try to really vet out people who, although they are powerful and although they are, you know, going through transitionary forces, that maybe they can reciprocate that energy for you as well. Can they be stable? You know, pick someone who has a nice balance. Don't allow people to just kind of use your very consistent energy for granted, all right? Because you're one of those people that I feel are the salts of the earth, with Taurus in the first house, you're those people that are just very consistent and you're very even keel and nothing really frightens you. Nothing really like shakes you. And so to Scorpionic people or Scorpionic companies or people who are in transition, know that you are the perfect thing that people want. They need someone to lean on or a rock, a Taurus rising, to kind of help them. So if that is so, I want you to also look at an angle of, okay, if I'm being that for you and you need that, there needs to be of some type of gratitude or a thank you or just some respect there. You know, don't allow people to run over you, which I'm sure you probably don't have a good time with, but I want you to know your value. You know, your value is seen and it is heard here on this channel with you right now. I know your value within all this, but know that you will find a partner who is, at the end of the day, when you are using your discernment and you are very cognizant of what is going on, you know, maybe after this video you understand exactly what happens, you will find partners who just want to come in and love you to your core and love you at your deepest and love you for you, and they're just going to be so tender and so passionate with you, and it'll be love at first sight, and they will only seek to help you as well in the ways that you can be helped. And that is, for me, that is when things are the most balanced. Like, yes, of course you can be there for others, but can others be there for you? And that's, even though you may not need it, even though you may say you not need it, even though you may have a strong posture about yourself and you got your ducks in a row, everyone needs help. Everyone, you still need a shoulder, okay? And if you will know the person's for you when that Scorpionic figure is asking you, hey, what do you need, okay? So, I love that. I hope that this video really encouraged you and gave you some insight to this unique placement. If you have a different placement that you would like for me to cover within your birth chart that is not Scorpio in the 7th house, write it down in my comments and I will be sure to put that in my queue as a part of the videos that I will get out for you guys. But until my next video, I will see y'all. I'm wishing good things for you, and on behalf of you, if you need a birth chart, let me know and I will see y'all. Bye.